We have today Shane Cripps, who's our guest speaker. Shane's here to talk about the mixed martial arts event that's taking place. I believe it's sometime in May, right?
June the 3rd.
June the 3rd.
It's actually a whole weekend of it.
Okay. So a quick bio of Shane. Shane's a local entrepreneur born in Gillam. Left his position at UCN in 2003 to work on his projects. So he works from project to project, completes one and then moves on to the other. He makes sure that companies are created and that people are in place to run them, and then provides support using an adaptive leadership style. Shane's recent active companies that he's created through his projects include the Broadband Communication North Inc., Dragon Phoenix Holdings, Riverview Restaurant, Thompson Lodge and Ecotourism Center, TRCC Concession, Northern Marketing Solutions, Relationship Net Immigration Consultants, Northern Labor Solutions, Northern Culture Artists Cooperative Limited, and SAC Promotions.
It's just today.
So Shane's
They're all very small. Very small.
Shane's here to speak about opportunities for the chamber members to get involved in the upcoming event called Throw Down in T-Town. Okay, Shane?
Throw down in T-Town. Thank you so much. Hi, thank you. Hello? Okay, perfect. All right. Thank you so much for squeezing me in. I know you had someone else booked and I was later, and then you were able to bump me forward to now. I'm here today on behalf of the last two companies in the list there, which is the Northern Culture Artists Cooperative and SAC Promotions. And SAC Promotions, as it mentioned, sometimes the projects we take on, which is to do this mixed martial arts event for the first time in Thompson, required the creation of a new company. And in this case, it's a promotions company because you cannot be a mixed martial arts sports promoter without getting this promoter's license, and you're required to have a company or provide to apply for that. So that was created. We've also done some other interesting things. The diagram up here, as you can see, has the layout for the CA Nesbitt Arena, and we're going to the CA Nesbitt Arena. And what we do at the CA Nesbitt is we enter here normally, and then we exit out the back here for large trucks and so on, and the Zamboni comes in here just to orient yourself in the arena. This Sorry, 1 second. I'm just going to move this out of my way so I can move around a little bit. So this section right over here, we're doing a couple interesting things. One of the things is that these sections down here, we have here A, B, C, D, E, and F. We've done a layout to scale of the arena, and we've labeled all the seats, so we're going to be able to do seat selection, and you can also buy those tickets online. So we've got an online portal for selling tickets now, and we also have the seat selection available. We've done a layout for supporters, and we've put together a supporter handbook, and I believe Paula is circulating a sheet which has a checklist there of the different, oh, I see it on the table over here. So if you could just pass that around, please. So in the supporters handbook is everything anyone considering on supporting it would need. And we're using the term supporter less than the term sponsor, because sponsorship or giving money is just one way of helping out. If people want to help sell tickets, if people want to help by buying tickets themselves, if people want to volunteer that night to help out, there's a lot of different ways to get involved. So considering the audience here today, very specifically, that may be of key interest, any groups, not-for-profit or individuals who want to come and help out run the event that night, we estimate to need about 115 people. And the reason we need so many people is partly staggered through the day. We've got a group of people coming in to set up the octagon that day, plus set up the whole area. That's a pretty large group. We also have the larger group coming in to push out the food service, which we are budgeting to have completed within 90 minutes. So based on the number of ticket sales, it's just a matter of math working backwards, how many people we need, and we're estimating these people, which involves essentially 12 carts circulating on a rotation with an estimated travel time of 10 minutes per round. So in this corner here, Robin's Donuts has already confirmed to come in and provide non-alcoholic drinks, coffee, tea, and light snacky foods. Ice cream too, I believe. Down here, this will be Riverview pushing out the hot meal that night with anyone who's willing to help us. These major sponsor areas are up for grabs in all 4 of the face-off circles. I think anyone considering those spots may want to consider the audience. It's a very high adrenaline audience. The kind of crowd that's watching the sports, packing the sports bars, that kind of crowd. So if you want to reach that market, our licensing numbers right now have gone up and down a little bit, but we're holding at 1,500. So if we sell out, we'll have 1,500 plus 100 and some volunteers, so we're looking at 1,700 people in there. And the great thing is, as far as a sponsorship goes, is it's not a flash of recognition or a flash of a thank you. It's a thank you that we're putting up here, if you want, on the octagon. We also have areas all around on the boards available. Shaw has agreed, thank you very much, to come and film the event as well, so it'll be watched later again and again. I can only imagine how many friends and family members are going to be there with their phones filming it and then sending that around. So there'll be before the event, the 2 months we're going to push out and thank everybody who's helping us out. There's going to be at the event. And then I think compared to some other types of things, there might be a stronger than average afterglow from the event as well. So we're expecting a really good turnout. We haven't really started the official campaign on radio or in the newspaper yet, and about 1/3 of the front row seats are gone already. Things are looking good for the event. What we're doing as a co-op, of course, is we have members who are mixed martial artists. And depending on which side of the coin you fall on, this is a sport or this is about the art of self-defense and the art of taekwondo and the art of so on. Either way, as a local group, we wanted our members to be able to do what they love to do in their home community and promote their art or their skill. So that's what we're all about. We've done it multiple times in a community already. This is the latest example. Our members will be able to practice their skills in front of their hometown crowd for the first time ever. Mixed martial artists. Carmen Umperville is on the card, as well as Arthur Helgeson. That's 2 local guys from Thompson. The card isn't quite full yet. We also have people from the Paw, Wasagamak, Puckatawagan, Nelson House. The entire north is being represented. The competitors are coming and their families. So we're going to have quite a few people in town. We need, of course, help that night. We need sponsors, supporters to step up. We also have the opportunities we mentioned. One, of course, is for a lot of hotel rooms. We're responsible for the hotel rooms for all of the commission members, as well as the contestants and their corner people. So we need just over 40 hotel rooms for 2 nights. So we're looking at about 80, just over 80 hotel nights. That may go up or down a little bit depending, again, on the card, how many people are actually there. Planning the card is more complicated than just calling someone and booking them, of course. They have to qualify, meaning it's a professional. This isn't street fighters. These are people who have proven they've trained in a gym. They have a record of doing it before. They pass all the health requirements. They meet the weight requirements. They're not suspended for any other reason. So there's a lot of checks along the way to make sure it's safe for the contestants as well as legal for the commission to allow this event to happen. The yellow dots here are professional security. We have to verify with insurance and others exactly how many that is. For events of this size in the industry, the rule of thumb is 1 professional security guard per 100 attendees. So we're looking at probably 15. So again, the event is paying for that. We're paying for the development of the Octagon, which is going to circulate as well. Anyone advertising on it, we're not taking the ads down just because the event's over. And this Octagon is planned to go out to Nelson House in the back area where the old store was located. So it's going to stay up. All willing, it may travel around to the communities as well, helping young people learn about the discipline associated with training every day, the benefits of a healthy lifestyle, like any other athlete learns along the way, whether it's pole jumping or racing, whatever their athletic endeavors are. So there's a lot of potential advertising in that space in particular. Plus, I imagine during the event, it's going to be the area of focus for cameras and so on. Okay. We also need photographers. We got photographers here and here who can roam about. We've got a couple people. The people are the stars, by the way. The stars will be helping us. A couple people in the stands roaming about, selling tickets, any kind of fundraiser things. Again, we're a for-profit. We don't qualify, but if a not-for-profit wanted to apply for that license, help out, get involved, right? We've also budgeted for 500 hours at paid rate for the 100 and some people who come out, and if all goes well, we may even have more budget. So anybody who helps us out, we are able to contribute to your group or to your pocket. It's up to you. Either way, the money circulates in the north, so it meets our objectives as far as spurring some economic activity with this event as well as promoting our members. Our other artist members will also be up halftime, doing a halftime show, as well as between the matches. One of the other difficult things about planning this event is we have no idea when it's going to end. We know the maximum time, but there's really no minimum time. And we want people to stay and have a great time. So we're planning entertainment between the matches that might end early, as well as a halftime show. So there's lots of opportunity for artists to get involved as well, to display whatever. We're open to ideas. As far as the select a seat and the tickets go in the supporter package that's circulating, the top sheet has all the links. We're connected on Facebook. In our call center, we have it personed from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. most of the week, and on weekends it's spotty because I don't have full-time staff then. So we've got the coverage throughout the week for sure, and then on the weekends. And that help desk has a local line for Winnipeg people calling, has a line for Thompson people. You can text in there. You can Facebook message, and you can email into the call center. Why do we have a call center? Because we have multiple ticket sellers. And in order to have seat selection, we have to make sure that seat isn't already sold. So there's a single point of control for the seat sale. In future generations of this system, that won't be done manually, that'll be done automatically by the computer. But we've had a limited amount of time to design all the different things here. And even though it's a little bit last minute, unfortunately, it's the way the sport works. Until the event is sanctioned, there is no legal event. So legally, we can't even talk about it. Once the event is sanctioned, then we can run for the goal line. And they don't do sanctioning unless it's within a 2 to 3 month window before the event, given past problems they've had with people booking a whole bunch of events well in advance and then canceling, or troubles with insurance, not providing insurance too far away as well. So for those two reasons, that's why they set that limitation, and why we as the promoters have to play within those rules. So to highlight, as far as support goes, many ways to get involved. We can help out that night. There is monies available to pay, or if you just want to come help out, that's also great. We'll include a free meal and free admission, of course. We also need supporters who want to purchase advertising space. If you do have that payback where you're getting some exposure out of it, that is available as well. That's all detailed in the supporter map and the supporter handbook. And we've also got opportunities other than purchasing advertising. There's also opportunities to promote the event in the sense of maybe sponsoring a match or sponsoring a particular contestant. And then that money can either be added to the purse for that match, but either way, it can be worked into the mix, okay? This hasn't been done before, so we had to start somewhere, and we're listening. If people want to get involved and you want to do it this way, please bring your ideas forward. We're too small to do this ourselves. We're too small. So, and it's really not about us as much as we'd like it to be about what's happening in center stage, the athletes, the artists, and ultimately our community through the bringing of people in, I think is a good thing. We're going to have a lot of people come to town. We're going to have some hotel stays. They're going to need food. Friday night, there's another pre-event called the weigh-in. Right down to the last minute, we don't know who's going to be able to get into that octagon. We don't know. If they don't make weight that day, they could be denied entry. So in order to deal with that eventuality and make sure people get a good value, what we do is we're planning extra matches. If everybody makes weight, the crowd's going to get a really great show. We're going to have all kinds of matches. If some folks don't make weight, at least we're still going to have a good bunch of matches and a great show. So we're making sure that that value and those eventualities, as much as possible, are being planned for, and contingency plans are there. But realize it's not within our control. We're not personal trainers managing people's diets. There's limits to our contact. So those opportunities are there, and as well in the boxes down here for the food and beverage service. These ones are in the walking track area, and these ones, of course, are down in the arena. And we've themed out the entire event, just having some fun with it. So we've got corner bars, we've got the ground and pound, the cracked rib dinner for the meal, as well as some smashed potatoes and, you know, those kinds of things, which is all in the supporter pack. I didn't bring multiple copies, even though Wilson's has generously agreed to do all the photocopying for free for us. I felt it was kind of abusing their generosity if we didn't need it. If you folks are able to get emails, it'll be full color. You can zoom in and out, circulate it. If you do want a hard copy, please on the sign-up sheet indicate that and be happy to provide one. At that point, just to summarize again the whole weekend opportunity, I didn't quite finish. Friday night, we've got the weigh-in. Then what are the folks who have come in for the weigh-in doing all day Saturday? We're going to be busy at the arena setting everything up. If anybody wants to entertain that group, propose ideas to entertain that group, you're going to have 20 potential contestants plus 20 corner people. That's 40 plus 15 commission people, as well as the family and whoever came in from out of town to watch the weigh-in as well as the event the next day. I think it's a significant opportunity there. We don't have the capacity to do it all, so we're here today to open that door to anyone else to step in and help out. And again, this is a Northern leadership thing for our community. Other communities can't even do this unless they have a hospital that can handle potential head trauma within the 20-minute hospital or 20-minute ambulance ride. So if you don't have that facility, that capacity in your community, you can't even do it, even if you wanted to. So for us to do it in this region, it has to be us. We're the only ones. You go down south, the Paw's already tried it. Flin Flon's already tried it. They've both had a successful events, but I don't think it's going to be as great as ours because they don't have the C.A. Nesbitt Arena and the Valley Regional Community Center. I've been to both their facilities. They're great, don't get me wrong. Ours is better. So I expect our event to be better as well, and with the help of you folks, it will be. Thank you so much for your attention. If you have any questions, I'd love to answer them.
Two questions, Shane. This looks like a great venture, that's for sure.
Thank you.
How long, just rough guess, the length of the event? And the second question would be, how many, like you said, about 40 people will be coming in. Do you anticipate other, like you said, the families may be coming in that? Do you have a rough guess of how many you're expecting are coming into town?
Well, we don't actually, Dave. Once we finalize the cards from the communities, what we're doing with our database that we're tracking ticket sales with is we're also collecting other data about where people are coming from, as well as when they're purchasing their tickets. So we're going to find out when tickets are selling as well as where the buyers are coming from. So at that point, I think once we get a feel for if it's a bunch of family members, say from Puck or Wasagamak buying tickets, we'll get a good feel then. The length of the event is, again, it's a weekend-long event as far as the weigh-in. It'll start at 8 p.m. to 10 p.m., and that's Friday night. The main event starts at 8 p.m. and runs till 1 a.m. Saturday night. Again, we have very little control of how short some of the matches are going to be, but we do want to keep everyone there until 1 a.m. So that's what's going to happen if we can make that happen. And it's not going to happen without some entertainment between matches and so on. So the arts community and so on, we're hoping is going to help out there.
Great.
Yeah, you're welcome. Hi.
Seat at the arena with my plaque with my name on it. How does that work? Do I buy that seat again? That big, that time?
I think the short answer to that is yes. Much the same way as you would, I believe, with the circus or any other event that comes in.
Assigned seating, right? That's what makes it different.
You know what? Your seat, I believe, is still available if you wanted to buy it.
No, I just wondered how it was going to work.
That's our plan. And as far as seats that have been pre-purchased, I think it's an excellent point that in future events, maybe we could work out some kind of arrangement with folks who have pre-purchased those tickets. Yeah, sitting in a seat with your name on it's kind of got a good feel to it. Yeah. Any other questions? Hi. The event, the weigh-in's Friday, June 2nd. The main event is Saturday, June 3rd. And I also failed to mention that folks are going to be sleeping here Saturday night. So they're also here Sunday morning. Fishing season's open. Lots of great stuff happening, potentially. I think a lot of the crowds coming in, that demographic of people, I've noticed really strongly attend baseball events. Something baseball-ish might go well Saturday. There's different opportunities, I think. Willing to brainstorm with anyone.
From how far away are you expecting some of these people to be coming? Competitors?
Right. Well, currently we have, and I can actually publicly announce that the headline feature event, the Battle for King of the North, we're having a belt made up, as we have King Trapper and King Minor, so now we'll have King of the North, and we're having a title belt made up. Those gentlemen, one is coming from Brandon and the other one is from the Paw. So that'll be a heavyweight matchup, the feature event, probably starting at about midnight, 12:30. And that's 5 rounds, 5 minutes each. That's about the farthest I think we're on. There are folks from the east side, Wasagamak, which for them is a long way, I think, as well, and Puckatawagan, quite far north. And again, keep in mind the card isn't finalized yet, so we have put a priority on northern fighters. We didn't do this so that some famous person can come in from out of town and leave town with a big bag full of money. That isn't why we're doing this. We're doing this so that local artists and local fighters, local contestants can get the experience, the exposure, the opportunity that people who live in bigger centers get. This octagon costs more than a 20-foot octagon, which meets all the regulations and we would be approved on. But we are raising and working harder to get a 30-foot, and we're also working harder to get canvas matting because that's what the pros use. And if you're in the north, you're as good as anywhere else. And that's the kind of equipment and the kind of experience we want to provide for our guests as well as our athletes. And I would also like to say a big shout out to all the sponsors and supporters who, after a brief conversation, have said, what do you need? How can we help? And I just think that's really awesome, and we appreciate that.
How did you get involved with this? Like, what brought this interest about? I mean, maybe it's a long-term thing, but why did you think it was going to work here?
Right. I think for us to get involved, we have noticed amongst our group the popularity of mixed martial arts in this town and growing around the world. And we as a cooperative have a member who is a mixed martial artist. And when he applied for membership, we're thinking, yeah, there's artist in the name, but is that really, you know, and of course, some folks in the arts community think, of course, it's not. And I think in the physical sport sense, it isn't. But I think that in boxing, there's the art of self-defense. I think karate and taekwondo and a lot of the Asian and Eastern traditions have a very strong artistic component, as well as the mental discipline and at times spiritual component involved with training. So yeah, there's a strong connection for us, and there was a gap there regionally. We want to help with things that aren't being done regionally. And we qualified both financially and legally. We met the requirements. I have a wonderful wife who allows me to take on projects that at times strain our relationship, but when things work out, then things work out. So that's my goal, for things to work out. Hi.
So Shane, tell me, when you say we, who's we? Who's the cooperative? Just explain that.
Right. The cooperative is made up of people who, first of all, live within the region, which is anyone north, essentially, of Grand Rapids. So those folks are eligible to join either as a supporting class member or as a producing class member. A producing class member is someone who paints. And when the cooperative sells one of their paintings for them, we're a for-profit cooperative because then they can take that money out for their sale. However, there's some people who aren't artists but want to support the co-op, so then there's a supporting class. And Manitoba is great because they allow one cooperative to have multiple classes within it, which is really great for us. So on our board now, there's myself, Jody Linklater, and Alan Chapman. Jody's from the Paw and works in Nelson House. He's a band member of 313, and Alan is originally from York Factory, and he's a well-known artist in the area, as you well know. We also have other members, some of which are listed on our website, and others who are supporting class. And again, as a private corp, we don't really release that membership list. So, but you are welcome to join, as is anyone here, which is another great way to support us, by the way. Sorry, follow-up question?
Yeah, I lost it. We'll come back in a second. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
If this is successful, and the fact that you're selling tickets already, I'm sure it will be successful. Will you be doing it again?
Right. Well, I think that we're going to wait on that one. But as far as doing regional events or helping with anything that is going to really bolster the community, create some economic activity, some excitement, help promote and support our members, we're going to do it and keep doing it.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, I guess I'm just curious. I mean, obviously there's a hell of a lot of work that's been done here, Shane. All the credit to you for doing that. I'm wondering is the focus here not only provide an event? What happens if you don't meet your threshold of making a profit? Because obviously you've invested time and money into this thing, right? For the cooperative basis, right?
Correct.
There's
Correct.
obviously a threshold where you're going to make money. There's a threshold where you don't. So
Yes.
obviously you're aware of what that number is. I mean, you don't have to share that, but
Well, I will share that the budget for the entire event is over $150,000. And as far as the profit for the event, a lot of that depends on some of the assumptions we've made. I think that we still need to really firm up some of the numbers. Security, for example, we were really hoping to get locally. If local people can't provide that service, then we do have to go outside the region, which will be more expensive. So those kinds of variables still exist. We will find security. That's not an issue. There is someone out there who wants our money. We know that. But we're still in the process of negotiating with local folks. And again, it might seem like these things aren't in place yet, but we've only been sanctioned for a couple of weeks. So at which time we have our online ticket selling site up. We have the package together, the map, and we've been negotiating with a lot of supporters to get the things in place. Gardwine has come on board. They're going to be providing the truck at the back to keep the beverages cold. They're also going to be hauling all the freight back and forth, the Octagon in and out, and those other things we need. Again, Robbins is on board to help provide this service. We went to go talk to Jen at the Liquor Commission. She was super helpful, numbers for everybody who might be helpful, and she signed herself up right away to help work one of the bars. So the list of people we've been talking to goes great. We've had a few people who have felt that the mixed martial arts aspect of it wasn't appropriate for their brand, and we respect that. There's no hard feelings. For us to be involved, we're looking at it more positively. The North is going to see how great we can host events, we're hoping, and working hard to make sure happens. The North is going to see their own champion rise. The North is going to see that we've got the best equipment, as good as Bellator, as good as UFC to train on if you have that dream or that vision. So they're going to see a lot of great things, I think. So we're going to have some soft benefits as well as some hard benefits. Well, feel free to join on, and then good luck to us.
Unfortunately, I'll be out of the country for those 2 weeks. I won't be here.
Oh, that is unfortunate.
But interesting to see how it works. I wish you all the best.
Well, thank you so much.